Charge full speed ahead.
That was less dramatic than I had hoped.
Something is very off with the boob physics on the female characters. It's actually quite disturbing. I'm not too sure what to think about it. They just keep changing size.
You're gonna
and jiggle around.
You're gonna love Terra. This game basically seems to be a carbon copy of World of Warcraft crossed with some elements of Guild Wars 2 and Final Fantasy 14. You may notice the interface seems to have an incredibly similar style to Guild Wars 2, and they took the same lazy still image cinematic routes that like Guild Wars 2 did for a lot of things as well.
Yeah.
And occasionally just changing to sort of top right, the camera just kind of crawls into its own anus at random.
It's okay, because you have over 40 different hair colors to select from. Those are terrifying looking faces.
Yeah. The NPCs are also really creepy. You need labor to report a fucking botter. What the hell kind of retarded shit is that?
You can... You can put a star on the end of your nose. Or a heart. What the fuck? Oh, I see. You can change the location here. Still stupid. You are a general. 239 players ahead of you in the queue. You can enter in approximately 9 minutes.
I cannot kill the fucking deer. Are you joking? That was like my favorite pastime in World of Warcraft, was hunting down the Baron's gazelles, slaughtering them.
Yeah.
I went engineer just to blow them up with bombs. I'm just running around slaughtering foxes waiting for you.
My bow isn't attached.
Largely
to my
because I'm a
back.
douche.
And my boobs still
No,
jiggle
you'll never see that.
really disturbingly.
You're well on your road to being a part of my secret harem. First step, be extremely unusual and satanically possessed. Well, let's hope you're not in any of those, though.
The WASD keys move your character, and the mouse buttons control the camera.
Okay, I see what you mean by
and the
graphics.
view.
I see. And the lock.
Lag.
On the What the fuck is going on here? What the fuck? Not
What are you doing?
2 seconds before I get into the game, I see people on horses in T-pose. And then they slide onto them.
Sounds like you're having even more loading
Yeah,
problems
right
than me.
click to activate quests.
Oh, the boobs, yes. You want to know why the boobs do that? I'll explain it to you. It is because they're physics enabled. Now that's fine and all, but the problem is that when you start dialogue with an NPC, they're going from a neutral and they're loading the mesh essentially. And the mesh starts off with having no physics settings, so then it applies the physics settings and everything sets in place. So when you talk to them, it appears as though they're jittering at a very high velocity, when in reality they're just going from T-pose to normal. And that is what results in things like boobs just sort of flailing around. You also see it with hair a lot too.
Yeah. Okay, I'm in game and I got 30 FPS. And I was just sliding around for a second there.
Some quests give you a free mount to raise. Well, that's wonderful and all, but I actually need the quest first. It's unforgivable.
A minor inconvenience. Ha ha.
Ha ha hee 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 hee.
Ha ha.
The zones really are just copy-pasted from each other. Instead of deer, you have groups of ants running around in here. I found her!
Do you have super speed? Yes,
Yes,
you do.
that's what causes the camera to flip out.
You,
Lags so much when you use that ability.
shoving me. You can shove me around when you do that.
Yes. As I said, there's
Actually-
player collision. I saw horses and stuff
Yeah.
just moving around.
So if I go AFK, you can just take me places.
Yeah. The idea would be to push you into something hostile, basically.
All the sounds when you accept quests are so happy sounding. You get like little
Yes, it's
tribal
so-
drums
On
every
the
time you
lower
talk
right,
to
or
someone, and
press
then
L to
it
view
sounds really
quest
happy.
details.
Yes, even though it's like, my family was murdered. They were skinned alive and hung on the rafters. Please take them down for me. Accept quest. Happy jingle.
Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Just another day taking people's mangled remains off of the rafters.
Exactly.
I found a cat person and I skinned them, and now I'm wearing their skin. Because, you know, whenever somebody dies outside of a dwarven fortress, people have to just run over and take their shoes
Oh, I see.
and their pants. Even at the cost of their own lives, they must have his shoes. I am floating in the air.
Yes, you are.
Gotta love games with inaccurate collision meshes.
And you
Am I
are
spinning?
floating. And
Am I
yes, you're.
am I spinning very fast?
No, you just kind of wiggle in one direction.
Really? So it doesn't sync very fast then.
No.
These icons on the ground, they conform to things on the ground, so they are just warping over this. You just shoved me off of the pottery.
I was actually trying to jump on your head, but
It almost looks like he can get on someone's head. Try to get on my head. You might need to jump on the pot and then walk onto my head.
oh, that looked promising.
It
Kinda
looked
just-
hilarious. You just sort of walked off of fat air.
I kind of like get onto your head, and then it just like forces me off.
Yeah, to be expected.
Here, try to.
Although
jump
it would
on
be nice to
mine.
build a. It would be nice to build a pyramid of cat girls. Especially on a boat, a moving boat. Getting on top of this pot is harder than it sounds.
See, it kind of just.
I wonder if there's a way
rocket
to
right
walk.
over.
Yeah, if there's a way to walk, it might. If there was a toggle for like walking, you would be able to. I certainly can't remember every clan ambush's face. Even if I did recognize someone, I sure wouldn't talk about it with so many people around.
I've got a lot of wood on my back.
If you really want to heal more, I'll need you to do something for me first. Okay, if you have the KAOS dialogue open by clicking F, you can spin it around.
Yes, you can.
This game is so unresponsive to move around with, especially with the right mouse button, because the lag just makes it feel atrocious.
Oh.
Like, the majority of the game's content is probably going to be at max level, all the PvP and crafting and
Things are just freaking
other
out.
such things. But getting to that point would be a real trial.
Like really
It'd be
freaking
very
out.
hard to. Yeah.
The camera. Yeah, I can see what you mean with the camera and the running. It just flips the fuck out.
KAOS with a K!
Ooh.
That edge. You could take a man's head off with that fedora. I'm officially stuck again.
Yeah. Oh, what? You're in the middle of the